Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world. Today I have a fun fold and it's for a fella, and if you follow me on my blog, on my YouTube channel, you know I'm pretty rubbish at doing fellas cards. However, there is this packet of decorative paper called Let's Go Fishing that has solved my problem in that it's got, you know, lots of fish images. There's flies, fishing flies here, fishing rods, and if you're not into the actual sort of fishing side of things, on the reverse side there's some more sort of general papers in there that can be used. So that is going to be the focal point of my card that we're going to be making today. So this is what I like to call a lazy Z card, in as much as when you've finished your fold on your card, it looks like an offset or lazy Z. So my card base is crumb cake, and this is 11 by 4 1/4, and I've scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And so I'm going to fold it along the halfway mark, and then I'm going to fold back along that score line. And then that gives me what I call a lazy Z. If you look at it from that way, there's your lazy Z. Now I've got some panels that I have pre-cut, and this one measures 4 by 2 1/2, and then I've got this decorative paper piece here that is literally 1/4 of an inch smaller, so I get a 1/8 border. Now you don't have to remember all of these measurements, because if you look below this video there'll be a link to my blog, and that will take you to the exact post for this particular card, so you're not hunting and pecking looking around for it. And this piece is going to go on the front here, and I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive to attach that central, like that. Now my inside piece, I'm going to just do a little bit of stamping on this one, and I've got my pecan pie ink because my layers here are pecan pie, and I thought, well, with fish next to the riverbank, maybe some river grasses, so I just took the oceanfront stamp set and this little grassy stamp here. I took that one, and I'm just going to stamp that across the bottom here. And when I cut my paper, I had a strip left, and I couldn't bring myself to waste it, so I'm going to attach it to my piece, my inside piece. This is where you're going to write your "To You, love from me." I'm going to just pop that there, and it just adds another little bit of interest to my card, and just trim that off like that, and then I can attach this to the inside of my card. Make sure it's the right way up. like that. So this is just like a 1/2 inch wide scrap. So now when I close my card, it kind of pulls it all together, doesn't it? There, like that. So my front piece, I decided I would use the one with the big fishies, and this measures 4 1/4 by 2 3/4, and my piece of decorative paper is 1/4 inch smaller. You can see that you could get a lot of cards out of a sheet of paper. So it's a good one if you needed to mass produce to get lots of cards for your stash. Now this I'm going to position here, and I'm going to center it up like that, but I only want to put my sticky dimensionals on this side. So I'm going to start by putting 2 actually on the card base, and that way I know that they're not going to overlap here. And then I'm going to put a couple on the left hand side of my front piece, like this. And we're going to pop that down and center it up as best we can. There we go. And you can see that those ones that I popped on the card are not going to be hanging over and sticking to this piece here. So the only thing I've got left to do now is my greeting. So I've used Happy Birthday, and this is the one I've used off of the translucent florals, but I'm sure that you would have a Happy Birthday. I wanted a fairly small one because I'm going to pop it in a circle, and I'm using the deckled circle dies, and this is a lovely set of nesting circles that have got like a rough edge, so they're very sort of rustic looking, which I think is perfect for the type of card that I want to do. So I've got this Happy Birthday. I'm just going to make sure that it will fit in there, which it does beautifully. And I'm going to take the next one up like this so that I can create my layers. So let's move that aside. And first thing I'm going to do is to take a scrap of the pecan pie, and with this one I'm going to be using my number 1 plate. That's my white base plate. Then a number 2, that's my clear. Then my card along with my die, and then we're just going to pop that there and run that through. So there's my one piece here. I set that aside for a minute, and I'm going to get me a scrap of vanilla, and I'm going to stamp my Happy Birthday in my pecan pie like that, and I've used that full strength. And then I'm just going to get my little grass again, and this time I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to stamp it off, which means I'm just going to take some ink off, and there, that gives me just a little bit of extra detail in there. And now we can go ahead and cut this. So same setup as before. And this time, to make sure it doesn't move, I'm just going to use some of this like sticky note, but it's like a it's got sticky all over it so that it doesn't, so this won't move hopefully. And then we'll pop that plate on top and crank through. There we go. Super. A little liquid adhesive to attach that, and then pop it like this, and then I'm just going to attach it here so that when it pulls out it's kind of part of that front piece. And I'm going to just use some liquid to do that. And then for just a little bit of final decoration, I'm going to be using these lovely dots. Now they're called opaque faceted gems, and they are one of the celebration items that's available in January and February of 2024 when you place a qualifying order, and that's of $50. And you can see that they come in different colors. So it's pecan pie, I think this is pool party, and then this I think is maybe calypso coral. Anyway, it's a lovely selection, and so I'm just going to add maybe a big one and a little one, maybe there like that, maybe one more. Where can I put the other one? There, it's got a bit of a gap. So there we are, a really cute fun fold for a fella, where all the paper, all the detail is coming from the decorative paper. Well, I do hope that you have enjoyed this card. If you have, perhaps go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, perhaps you'll do that and share my video. You'll be able to qualify for these dots if you were to buy the products that I've used for this particular card. Well, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.